If you are watching this video, I bet you want to be the most powerful player in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but you might need some help to get yourself started. Well, luckily for you, I have reached the max level pretty quickly and I was able to get powerful weapons, abilities and rare gear very early in the game. So I thought it would be a great idea to create a video to help you get started in the easiest way possible. So today, we are going to be looking at 5 things beginners must do in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. If you want to be the most powerful player in the game, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watched my last video. It is my most viewed and liked video to date, and it genuinely makes me happy to see this video do so well. So if you watched it, thank you so much. If you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it at the end of this video. Anyway, let's get into the guide. Number 1, choose the right class for you. After the starting cutscene, you get to choose one of the 6 classes. The Stabbermancer, who focuses on critical hit chance and critical hit damage. The Clawbringer, who focuses on fire damage. The Spell Shot, who focuses on spell damage. The Graveborn, who focuses on dark magic and life stealing. The Spore Warden, who focuses on poison damage. And lastly, the Berserker, who focuses on frost damage. I encourage you to use the class that best suits your playstyle, but if you are having some trouble deciding which class to play, halfway through the story, you will be able to run a second class on top of the one you choose now. So, pick 2 classes that catch your interest the most, and decide your favourite one out of the 2 to begin with. After you choose your class and design your character, you will have to give yourself a character backstory where you'll be granted buffs as well as debuffs, and these buffs and debuffs affect your player's crit damage, crit chance, spell cooldown, status damage, max HP and ward, which is your shield, and skill cooldown. If you are the Stabbermancer, I recommend you choose the Village Idiot or Raised by the Elves background. If you are the Clawbringer, your best choice is the Village Idiot. If you are the Spell Shot, Raised by Elves or perhaps Failed Monk might be for you. If you are the Graveborn, the Failed Monk or the Rogue Alchemist background is probably your best bet. If you are the Spore Warden, I would choose Raised by Elves or Recovering Inventory Hoarder. And if you are the Berserker, I would choose the Village Idiot. Once you have chosen your character background, you get 10 hero points to spend on your character, allowing you to increase the attributes that were affected by the character background. For example, I chose the Village Idiot on my Clawbringer, and I will spend 3 points to turn my spell cooldown from a negative 3% to 0%. That way, I have no debuffs that will affect me, and I still have more points to spend on attributes that will benefit my class. And once you're ready, you can begin to play the game. Number 2, holding on to your gold. In this game, gold is the currency. Gold can be obtained all around the Wonderlands by slaying enemies, opening safes and chests, or by selling gear. You can spend your gold at the vending machines to acquire stronger gear. However, I strongly advise you not to until you are the max level of 40. Reason 1 is because the vending machines charge a lot of gold just for one item, and the prices can be as high as half of all the gold you have. Reason 2 is that even though the extremely powerful item you purchased is much better than what you had, it will become useless within the next hour or so because you will find something that is a much higher level with better stats. The best time to spend your gold is either on the vending machines when you are level 40, or at the upgrade station by the blacksmith in Brighthoof. The upgrade station is very useful as you can spend gold to increase all your inventory space and ammo capacity. You can unlock the upgrade station early in the game just by progressing through the main quest. Number 3, explore and discover. This game highly encourages you to explore each region you are in. Within each region is a wide variety of things for you to find. Poetry pages, marbles, obelisks, and so on. And if you collect all the different collectibles, you get a massive stat increase. One of the many items you can find is a lucky dice. There are 260 lucky dice to find in the game, and they look like this. When you interact with a lucky dice, it will roll a random number. The higher the number, the higher quality of loot will drop. And as you collect more and more lucky dice, you'll gain an increase in loot luck and lucky dice luck. Finding all 260 lucky dice will give you an additional 35% increase in loot luck. So, Whenever you are doing a mission in a region, feel free to look around every corner of your map and find as many as you possibly can. Side quests are also a great way to find lucky dice and other collectibles, as they will take you to parts of the map where the main story missions won't. Number 4. Understanding your gear. Now, trust me when I say this. For the entire time I have been playing this game, I have never died in combat. I've been playing this game on the balanced difficulty, so I'm not getting any damage benefits as you would on the relaxed difficulty. And the reason I'm able to stay alive for so long is because I understand the weapons I have and the gear I equipped. Starting with weapons, some weapons have elemental damage. Fire, lightning, frost, poison, and dark magic. Fire is effective against flesh, so that's enemies with red health bars. Lightning is effective against wards, that's enemies with blue shields. Frost slows enemies and it's most effective against grey health bars. Poison is effective against armour, that's enemies with yellow shields. And dark magic restores health as you deal damage, but has no damage bonus to enemy health bars or shields. So, as you're playing through this game, make sure you have a wide mix of different elemental weapons equipped or in your inventory. Now, let's talk about gear. Gear comes in the form of rings, shields, armor, amulets, and spellbooks. Rings have primary and secondary stat bonuses. Primary stats can come in the form of gun damage, spell damage, companion damage, etc. And secondary stats come in the form of increased spell, companion, ability, or weapon crit chance or crit damage, dark magic efficiency, increased reload speed, faster ability cooldown rates, and more. Shield stats tell you your shield capacity, recharge delay, recharge rate, along with secondary stats. Armor give you class perks, class power, and random secondary stats. Amulets come with primary stats, class power, and secondary stats. And lastly, spellbooks tell you your spell damage, crit chance, and activation cooldown. It also tells you what kind of elemental damage your spell deals, along with secondary stats. If you build your character right, you can have all your gear work with one another and make some powerful combos, so find the gear that best complements your class. Number 5. Use your class perks to your advantage. Each class has 14 skill perks, and every perk has a different purpose that will benefit you in combat. For example, here is my level 40 Graveborn Spore Warden Hybrid. And what my build essentially does is that I can constantly summon companions to do damage for me, and then I pick off the weak enemies to summon a new companion. And the more companions I have, the more damage I do. On top of that, because I'm a dark magic build, I constantly get healed when an enemy dies. Furthermore, the perks of the Spore Warden grant me bonus damage, bonus crit chance, and extra rate of fire. If you guys want to see a more detailed guide into my build or any other build in the game, let me know down in the comments and I'll make sure it will happen. But yeah, have a look at the class you have and see what perks can work with one another. Can they give you extra damage? Can they let you cast spells quicker? Can they let you tank more damage? Definitely take some time to look into your own class when you can and spend your skill points wisely. Well, there you have it. That was all 5 things beginners need to know when they play this game. If you take note of all of these tips, I can guarantee you will have better loot, stronger gear, and the best build in the game in no time. But that is where I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands content. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.